as you look at what happens with the legislators and the executive.
The tripartite committee, which was inaugurated by President Bola Tinubu in January, is composed of representatives of government, organized labor, and employers. The stakeholders gathered at a public hearing to engage in a dialogue focused at arriving at a fair and sustainable minimum wage that reflects prevailing economic realities.
The consensus here is that the existing minimum wage of 30,000 is no more sustainable. It must move, and definitely we have to make sure through negotiation we improve on it, just the way it has been improved upon over the years. This is the 6th national minimum wage negotiation. So we've done it before. It was initially 125 in 1981. It moved to 5,500 in year 2000. Later on, 18,000 in 2018. Now we have 30,000 subsisting. So it can be done again, but it has to be spirit of compromise. So proposal is not the same thing as agreement.
There is a Fiscal Policy and Tax Reform Committee.
The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, who presided over the southwest zone of the hearing, which simultaneously held across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country, assured the gathering of an increase in the national minimum wage. He acknowledged the unfavorable economic indices that have warranted a new minimum wage.
Definitely, there's going to be an increase in the national minimum wage. That's the whole point of this exercise for the Southwest. Is going on in the 6 zones of the country. The tripartite committee is in place to bring out a new national minimum wage. There has been inflation. There has been depreciation of the currency, prices have gone up, and a new national minimum wage is well deserved and it is definitely due. And the actual figure will be as a function of a negotiation process. That's why we're going through this process. The NLC has come up with a figure, but it's not a one-sided matter. And I think when we look at all the various indices, including affordability, and including sustainability, we will come out with a figure that meets those 2 criteria while doing the very best to give the workers a living wage, to give the workers a fair wage within the context of what Nigeria is today.
There is consensus for an upward review.
Meanwhile, Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State, who represented governors from the southwest geopolitical zone, stressed the need for individual states to liaise with their workers to reach a realistic wage.
There is consensus for an upward review of the national minimum wage because the existing one has become unrealistic. So on a national basis, it will amount to self-deceit, to assume that salary have equal ability to pay. To this effect, I will humbly advise that individual states will have to negotiate with their workers and agree to a realistic and sustainable minimum wage in the line with the available resources. I thank you all for listening. I love you all.
But Labour has made its demands. 794,000 naira is what they are asking for as the new minimum wage, an upward review of the 30,000 naira minimum wage. And of course, they are also saying that the review should be more frequent as against the 5-year review. They want it to be as close as 2 years at least. And we've heard from the Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy, who says one thing is for sure, there would be an upward review. But what that figure would be is what we're yet to find out. Omobolanle Adeshui, Arise News.